Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. So you can see this date 23rd August 2025 IELTS exam in India. So that was the writing task 1, that is uh, pie charts. 4 pie charts they have been given here. So this is the question for these pie charts. So before starting the actual question, we will discuss about vocabulary. If you learn pie chart vocabulary, definitely your band scores will go up if writing task 1 question is pie chart. And many things, it is not necessary that percentage vocabulary will be useful only for pie charts. Percentage vocabulary will be useful for tables also, for line graph also, and bar graph also. So in four things you will get more marks because of usage of good vocabulary. And sentence structure also, note it down when I am discussing how to write introduction, overview paragraph, and detail paragraph also. And words count also. So how many words you can write it. So there is a myth, most of the student, they are just scared about that only 150 words we should write it, not more than that, not more than that. Yeah, 140, 145, of course you can write it. But if you write 300 words for writing task 1, that's incorrect actually. Definitely this kind of pie chart or this kind of table or bigger charts, if you have more information in the charts or diagrams, definitely your words will go around 200 or 225 around. That doesn't matter, but your important thing is how you describe the things, how you write introduction, how you just compare the things into the writing task 1. That's more important. So let's start with vocabulary. Please note it down in your copy. Watching videos will not help you, so side by side please make your notes, that will be useful for you. So let's discuss vocabulary first. So before proceeding, I am requesting you do make notes for this vocabulary as well as how to write pie charts. And at the end, please hype my video, please like my video, please subscribe my channel also. Thank you so much in advance. Let's start vocabulary. Please learn it with me. So percentage, you can write proportions also. So 5%, 5% is there in pie charts or in any other diagrams. You can write 1 in 20. 10% if it is there, 1 in 10. 15% is there, less than a fifth. 20% a fifth. 25% a quarter. If suppose something is like that, 24% or 23, then you can write just less than a quarter. If 26 or 27% is there, then you can write just above a quarter. Around quarter you can write it. 30% less than a third, and then next one is 35% more than a third, and 40% is 2/5. 45% is more than fifth. 50% is half. And suppose 48 or 49 percentage is given in the chart, then you can write just below half. And suppose 51 or 52 or 53%, you can just write just above or just around half of the proportion or percentage. You can write 55% is more than half. Okay, more than half. So 60% is 3/5, 65% is 2/3. Please note it down when I am reading it. I am also revising my vocabulary and you are also revising with me. 70% 7 in 10, 75% 3/4. 25 was 25, what was 25%? A quarter. So here two more 25 25 means before 100 3 25 25 is there. It means where it is 75, 3/4 are there. 80% is 4/5 percentage for qualifier, like 32%, almost a third we can write. 49%, as I told you, nearly a half, just under a half. 77%, approximately 3/4 or just 3/4. When you will be using this kind of vocabulary, definitely you are showing your, yes, you are showing your vocabulary. And there are 4 criteria for checking writing task 1. In that also your cohesive devices and all, you are using it. So yeah, vocabulary for percentage to other phrases, like we can write majority, minority. 5% is very small number or minimal number, you can write. 10 to 5% a minority. I think below 5%, 0 to 5%, 0%, 0.1 or 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, they will come under minimal. 10 to 15 minority, 65 to 75 significant proportion, 75 to 85 is very large majority. Next is majority, as you know, quantity. We can use majority, minority, and proportion, segment, increase, decrease. So you know vocabulary, synonyms for increase, decrease, you can use it. And stable also, stagnant, you can use some compare. So these words you should use it, dominant also. Now let's come to word counting. As I already explained it to you, you don't worry about the words. It can go up to 200 to 25 probably, provided that if you have written it well and you have organized the data into well defined structures and all, definitely you will get marks also. Don't worry about the things, just free flow. In free flow writing, please write your writing task 1 and writing task 2. Don't worry about the things. First you should know how to write, how to write introduction here, overview paragraph, as well as body detail paragraph. Now let's learn how to write introduction. Okay, before going to introduction, we have discussed vocabulary also, sentence structures you will get to know in essay in writing task 1 full when I will be reading it. Words count, as I told you, 150 is minimum you have to write. But if your words are coming out 145, 142, 140, don't worry about it. If you have written well, especially in process diagram as well as in map diagram, some students can't write 150 words also. So that's the thing, don't worry about it. How to write introduction, we will be doing it, overview paragraph. Before going to introduction and all, so what you have to analyze from the writing task 1, that's more important. Major trends we need to find. So major trends, how we can get major trends, see this. So yeah, before going to introduction, you should read the diagram. What diagram, what title they have given for the diagram. So I can read, how happy are you with the IT support offered? Who are you? Definitely we need to read the question. The charts below show the results of a survey conducted by a university library to find out the opinions of full-time and part-time students about its services. So you here means students they are talking. How happy are you with the IT support offered? So there are two categories, full-time support, part-time students. Okay. And in next category we have, how happy are you with our current opening hours? So it means IT support is there and current openings are there. And under these categories, we have two groups, full-time students and part-time students. Now we need to find major trends. We were talking about major trends. So what is major trend? So I can see here, this is the major trend here, that this one. So this one is 55%. Okay. So here a major trend is 45. The means the biggest percentage I am looking at. Here it is 67% and here it is 72%. So what is the major trend? So in full-time students, because this is also full-time, this is also full-time. Full-time students, we have major trend for very. So this is also category. So there are three categories: very, not at all, and quite. So very is major trend in full-time students, and um, and very here. Okay. So in out of four, we have very category is important. Major trend is very. Okay. And then it is not, and then it is okay. And then second one here in part, full-time student is quite happy. And here it is opposite, some opposite trend is going on. Not at all, here part-time they are happy with IT support 45% and here only 5%. So that is going something different. So this is major trend. Okay, and major groups we have come to know. First, there are two categories of pie charts: IT support, current opening. Second, uh, group information, major groups, full time and part times. Group information also we have find out other similar ideas, like here as I told you, there are very in three pie charts are there. So similar categories, we can just combine the information, you can say, and we can combine the information or figures from the same categories, we can say. So here I can see quite and quite in full-time students sharing same percentage, 32%. We can combine the things in one sentence. This kind of thing you should decide it in advance before writing the actual detailing paragraph. So that's why first 5 minutes are important to plan, to read, to analyze the writing task one. Now how to write introduction. How to write introduction? Introduction means we have to rewrite the question statement, whatever it is given. In IELTS writing, whether it is IELTS essay or writing task one, we have to rewrite the question statement. Okay, so question says the charts below show the results of a survey conducted by a university library to find out the opinions of full-time and part-time students about its services. But it doesn't mean that each and every word you are going to change it. Don't struggle for that. So let's read the introduction, the charts. So there are 4 pie charts, as we know. So so instead of saying the below pie charts, we can write the given pie charts, or you can write 4 pie charts. The given 4 pie charts, instead of show, we have written compare the opinions of full-time and part-time students about their university services. Okay, compare the opinions. So instead of survey, we have written opinions, but you can write survey also. Compare the survey of full-time and part-time students about their university services, including IT support and opening hours. Now we know there are 3 categories here. The survey measured responses in 3 categories: very good, quite good, and not at all. And one more thing, you can say the statistical data was presented in percentages also. So this I have forgotten to write. Okay, you can write it. Now let's write overall paragraph. What we are going to write in overall paragraph? So important thing I can see here, among full-time students, very was the important category, means they were very happy with the IT services also and current opening also. So let's write it first trend also. In small language, in small words, or in simple sentences, what I have written, you can see it. And at the end, I will definitely tell you why I have underlined full-time, part-time, and why I have underlined so many words over here. So overall, it is clear that, or overall, it can be seen that, overall, it is visible from the graph that you can write these words. This sentence structure is really important to write over here. So overall, it is clear that there was more positive feedback with regard to opening hours than the, with regard to this opening, current opening hours, than the IT support. So both full-time and part-time students are very happy with current opening hours. So also, or additionally, or um, however, full-time students tended to be more satisfied, means more happy, so satisfied with the two, with both the services, you can write, than their part-time counterparts or part-time students, or part-time uh, counterparts, or you can write part-time uh, students. Of course, students is also there, so we need to change part-time learners, you can, in the university you can write. So this is overall paragraph. Now coming to body detailing paragraph, let's do it. See this, now we have started with first graph, that is IT support. So if you do not compare the things between the categories or groups, then there is no use of writing task one. So here we will start with full time. Regarding the IT support, so, or in the IT support category, we can write here regarding, okay, regarding the, because this is category name, regarding the IT support category, comma, over half of the population. See this, instead of writing 55%, because already this percentage same we have, why we should write it same percentage when we have vocabulary? Regarding the IT support category, over half of the surveyed surveyed full-time students, okay, said that they were very happy with this services, with this service. We are talking about IT service. First diagram. While only a fifth of part-time students, only a fifth, 20% it is given. So while only a fifth of part-time students reported that they were very happy. Okay. In contrast, see this, not at all. Just 13% of the students studying full time were not satisfied with the IT support. Just 13% of the full time students were not happy, were not at all happy with the IT support given by university. Okay. In comparison with 45%, not at all. See this in part time. In comparison with 45% of part time students, side by side, whatever the categories we are taking it, we are comparing with other group also. Okay, the proportion of both types of, see this, now we will talk about quite 35, and now we have combined the two categories into one sentence. The proportion of both types of students being quite happy with these services was relatively the same at about one third. Okay, got it? So they have combined the information. Now coming to second diagram, where we have same category, same groups here, but percentages are differ. Now we will also combine here. However, of course, these contrastial words are really important. However, the majority of full time, it is between 65 to 75. The majority of full time and part time. So here 72% means the majority of full-time and part-time students felt very happy with current opening hours at the university library. And so in bracket also you can write at it is, no, it is not 87%, it is 67. Some mistake. Okay, so here it is what they're saying. This is 67% and 72% respectively. Now we have shown the percentage also, but how we are writing it with vocabulary, percentage vocabulary is important to infuse it here. So only 1%, see this, only 1%, or you can write here, while only 1% of the examined full-time students were not satisfied with the opening hours, whereas the figures for part-time students was a little higher at 5%. So first we have talked about the highest percentage, and then we have talked about the lowest percentage. This is known as contrastial language. Okay, now 32 and 23% quite. The remaining 32% of the surveyed full-time students felt quite happy with these services, as opposed to nearly a quarter of part-time students. So this is detailing paragraph. First, we have talked about introduction. See this? This is introduction, blue one. This is introduction, and then we have talked about this overall paragraph, and then this one, body paragraph 1 about first diagram, and then second body paragraph about the second diagram. Why, now the question here is why I have done underline the things, because this is repetition of words. Instead of students you can write academians, you can write learners also. Full time I also don't get didn't get the synonyms also exactly. With this services, with this category, you can use the other words. So students, I have told you, learners, academians, and counterparts also they have written. Of course, you can try before writing, before doing practice, you can Google it for more synonyms. Try to use synonyms into your essay. But yes, of course, don't give too much focus on synonym words. Then first I will learn synonyms, then I will infuse it into my writing. No, please focus on the main task here is how to explain writing task 1 in writing. That's more important.